Oh, wow. We made it back, designers. Hello, 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 designers. And welcome to The Cup TV, part of the Currently Unnamed Podcast Network, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay, I currently just have some coffee that is basically more coffee milk than coffee. I was on the bottom of the pot that I made of coffee, so it's like half coffee, half milk. And it's still pretty good.
Okay, sure. And hi, everybody. It's the Lana, your resident evil diva. I'm here to give a tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her, I am just drinking on some water because hydration is important. And I do have my cup mug available as well. And ooh, 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 equals a panel full of cup mugs. Panel full of cup mugs, panel full of cup mugs. Beer. Fashion edition. Project Runway. Beer. And you can get your cup mug or any of our beautiful cup merch at longacreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. So there are no excuses, even if your postal service is moving slow. A delay is never denied. It will get there. So get your cut merch.
Period. We are back with another 2 episodes of Project Runway Season 7. We are almost done.
Almost.
We got 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
2 more podcast episodes after this. How fun.
How fun.
And one of them is just the whole finale. Both parts.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to dive into 2 very fun, different episodes. Both of which I think we see a lot more... we've seen a lot more challenges derivative of these 2 in more modern seasons of Project Runway as well. So I'm excited to see kind of the original forms of these challenges. And yeah, it's going to be a cute, lovely time. Before we dive in, though, make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things competitive reality TV. We're currently on a mission to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we've got a lot of fun content currently. We're covering 2 different doses of Survivor, Amazing Race, wrapping up the Traitors. We've got Deal or No Deal Island wrapping up here in a couple of weeks. And a couple of other things coming soon.
Yes.
So stay tuned for everything we've got going on here. And make sure to check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, as well as our other YouTube channels and our Patreon, where we have a lot of fun content coming out shortly as well. So stay tuned for that. Without further ado, we dive in to episode 9. And we are given a pairs challenge at final 8. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Oh no. And the challenge is that each duo are asked to create looks inspired by a distinctive New York City neighborhood. Team leaders were drawn at random, and each team had to come up with a day look and a night look. Lana was so shook up by the day look and the night look.
Nothing here. Nothing happened. Keep it moving.
Okay. So we ended up with our teams being Emilio and Seth Aaron, Amy and Jonathan, Anthony and Maya, and Jay got stuck with his favorite person, Mila. How fun. How fun for them. How fun. It was so fun. Yeah. So fun. So then in reverse order from basically what they got to pick their teams, they picked their neighborhoods. So we end up with Anthony and Maya with Chinatown, Jay and Mila with the East Village, Amy and Jonathan with the Upper East Side, and Emilio and Seth Aaron with Harlem. Which neighborhood would you have wanted, Lana?
I don't know. Take a guess.
The East Village.
Absolutely, because that's where my people are. Yeah. I'm a East Village kind of. I mean, actually, Upper West Side.
You're so into East Village right now.
I'm so East Village and Upper West Side. Like, that's
Um,
my people. No, obviously, I'm going to Harlem. That's where I would have chosen because that just, Harlem is just, it just screams soul and color, and like that is what I would draw my eye, is that, that yeah, Harlem for sure. And because I've been to Harlem and I
yeah.
love it. I
Oh yeah.
love it. It's just, I just love the feeling of Harlem. And don't get me started on the food. Ooh,
Right.
don't get me started.
Right.
Such a great
Right.
place.
Right.
Where would you go, Logan?
I don't.
I feel like you're the East Village guy, the
I
East
don't
Village
know.
person.
I actually think I would have wanted Chinatown.
Mm,
For a lot of the similar reasons that Anthony and Maya were talking about, it's a lot to do with the architecture. There was a lot of really, really cool architecture going on in the buildings. And then everything was just so colorful
yeah.
that, and I love Chinese culture. I was a Chinese minor in college. I took 3 semesters of the language. I don't remember any of it now, um, but I love and have a deep appreciation for the culture. So I think it would have been really cool to kind of take those vibrant colors and that like bold architecture and kind of make something out of it in the way that Anthony and Maya ended up succeeding.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, but I think there's something fun you could do with all of them. And I think some
I
people did it more fun than others.
Yeah, I would have definitely stayed away from Upper West Side because I feel like that's too stiff and
Right.
too, like, too structured. Like, I like structure, but I feel like Upper West Side is too structured and too not. It's not exciting to me. I mean,
Unless structure is your thing as a designer,
yeah,
like, don't.
sure, yeah,
No.
no,
No.
but
And for the most part, these teams are working pretty well together.
I mean, I think everybody did what they needed to do. Even Jay and Mila, they don't particularly care for one another, but I think they just was like, you know what, it is what it is. You do yours, I'm gonna do mine. We go stick to our own and give little things here and there, but like they weren't talking, they weren't working together. It wasn't collaborative. It was just, here's my thing, this is what I'm gonna do. Here's your thing, this is what you go do, and
And it
let's
showed.
leave it at that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I did enjoy seeing all the people going through the parts of town that they chose,
Yeah.
and just enjoying the first being outside and taking all the pictures and seeing all the things that was inspiring them. I enjoyed seeing that because Anthony and Maya were funny to me. Anthony, of course, is
That
always funny.
that part was gold for Anthony alone. Is that a pig in the window? No,
That's
it's
a
a
duck.
duck.
Ah,
Uh,
the hanging ducks. Yeah, it's like we don't have that in Georgia. It's just like
we don't have we don't have that in George.
I just
It's
love it.
just I love him.
I love it,
I'm so
and
excited that down the line we get 2 more seasons to talk about Anthony. I can't
yeah,
wait. I'm so excited.
love it. But yeah, I kind of enjoyed that moment. With seeing Seth Aaron in Harlem was hilarious to me because he is
Uh,
so not a Harlem guy,
no.
but he adapted and fell into it beautifully. Like
He somehow fit.
I think Harlem. That's what I like because I feel like Harlem is not a typical place, and like
Yeah,
anybody can fit in if they want
yeah,
to fit in and adapt, and it's so welcoming, it's so open, and there's so many different pieces of New York in Harlem. So I love that, and I like the East Village too. Don't get me wrong. When I was like, yeah, East Village. No, I really would have picked the East Village if Harlem was gone.
Yeah.
Like I would want the East Village because the East Village to me is such a like you have your spots of grungy and then punk, but you also have great structure and a
Yeah.
lot of like different colors and fun pops of things in the East Village. It is so unexpected. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, I can pull from this and pull from
It's
that
got
and
a little
have,
bit of everything to where like you can go so many different directions. I think
yeah.
what would have been difficult for me specifically, and it could have been difficult for a couple of the designers, is like it might be too much inspiration, where it's like,
Mm,
oh, okay, how much, like, where do I draw the line?
right.
Where do I stop being inspired? And I think Jonathan had a little bit of that in this, being like, I have so many different ideas I kind of want to go with. I don't know where to necessarily go.
Right.
Um, but yeah,
So, yeah, we get a lot of workroom stuff. Not really a lot. It's not like anything was happening. It was a lot of collaborative ideas flowing back and forth. And then, like you said, Jay and Mila was like, "You do yours, I do mine," and
yeah.
that pretty much was it. It really wasn't a whole lot to talk
This
about with the
season is
workroom stuff.
not a very like workroom
Yeah.
dense season
No,
in general. It's a very like cut and dry, good fashion. There's not a whole lot of drama for the sake of
hmm
drama. Yeah.
right.
So
I think we just go to the runway. Not that.
there
Yeah,
I
I
am.
was about to say not that.
Hey, hey, forgot to add myself. Oops.
I mean,
Oops.
if we just wanted me, that's okay.
Well, I don't think people would be upset at that personally,
But
but
I would be upset by that because I need you.
well, true. Thank you. Thank you very much. So
Mhm.
let's talk about our four duos. First up, we have Anthony and Maya, who did Chinatown. I think they knocked it out of the damn park.
I thought it was great. I liked the little pop of color in that black skirt with the red popping out, and then she had the things on the hips for to as to mimic the buildings, the Chinese buildings that they had. I love that in the night look or the day look. That was the day look. And I like the peplum in that in Maya's look. And then I like the structural things that Anthony did going down the side and then wrapped around. I wish it wrapped all the way around and went to the back and like came back around. But I like that little because they were. He said they were inspired by the structural things in the Chinese the photo like the dragons in the windows, and they had like little diamonds, the paper cut out diamonds in the window, and I like that. I wish he would have used a little red and a little color in his, but I do like it. It's very pretty. It's very it speaks of Chinatown, and I liked it.
It's enough of a reference to Chinatown in color palette and in structure and in design without it being like, oh my god, Chinatown.
Right.
It's very subtle, and I appreciated seeing something subtle from Anthony.
Mm,
And
yeah.
somehow ruffles like this are subtle for Anthony, and I'm not too mad at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought both looks were spectacularly done. I do wish there was a bit of red in the, what was it, the
Nighttime.
the night look with the
Mm-hmm.
ruffle.
Mm-hmm.
I wish there was a little bit of red in the ruffle.
Yeah. That's exactly.
I think one of the
Exactly.
judges said something about it. I think it was whoever was filling in for Michael said something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just add a little bit in with the gold, so that way you keep the basic structure of the dress. Add a little bit of red into the ruffle, and I think it would have added a little nice little touch. But overall, I think they killed it.
Absolutely. I would have at least put or red in her accessories. Like give her a red chunky bracelet or
I
a red
literally was
shoe.
thinking red bangle, like
A
red
red
bracelet.
right.
Hello.
Absolutely. Or a red shoe. Like give me a little color in that. But yeah. It worked out. I liked it.
I don't remember the shoe.
It wasn't red, it was black.
It wasn't red. Okay,
It was a
that
black shoe.
makes sense. Makes sense. Mila and Jay, who did the East Village, allegedly, I think.
Okay, let me talk about what I did like. I did like Jay's pants. I did appreciate what he did with the pants. I just think he worked so hard on the pant that he let the top fall by the wayside, and it was kind of like an afterthought, and it just looked like an afterthought. But I did like the pant. I liked the difference in the different layers of how he like the top was poofy and then the bottom was more tighter fitting. And I liked the pant. I like how it looked on his model. I just wish he would have took as much or same amount of time with the top because the top was so ill fitting. It was like it didn't fit the model. Thank you. It didn't fit the model right, and she has a great shape. She shouldn't have clothes like hanging off of her like that. Mila, on the other hand, I like the jacket, and I like that she paired it with the red tights. I'm just confused at what's going on with the dress over underneath the jacket. Like I don't not for sure into that as much, but I do like the jacket. It's like Jay's pants. She spent a lot of time on that jacket, and so the jacket came out spectacular. It looked great. But the dress seems like an afterthought to me. So it's like both of them had afterthought pieces, and I'm like, why don't you spend the same amount of time or cut the time on one thing and something on the other? But it's okay. Yeah, it's all right.
I like the geometric, like structural detailing that goes on in both looks. I like that they have a common color palette. I don't care for the pants that Jay made. I gotta be honest. I don't think they fit well. I think they fit weird around the knee and they're kind of baggy around the hip. And I'm like, I don't like that. Like, I just nothing about this. Like, it's well made. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's not well made because it's not. It's well made, but I'm just whelmed.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Jonathan and Amy.
Okay. I didn't have a problem with her shirt, with this yellow or goldish top from Amy. I didn't think that. I thought that was it was a swing shirt, and it was like almost like a swing dress, but just a shirt. I wish she would have just made the full dress, honestly, because I don't like the leggings or the culottes or whatever you want to call them, show pants underneath it. I don't like that, and I understand why, because she was like, "That's my day look." So, but if she would have made this a full dress and had it a swing dress, it would have been perfectly fine, and I think it would have been much much better. But I do like the top. I like the top of this look from the waist, the top up. I like it. It's just the pants underneath. I'm not a fan of. And for Jonathan's look, he likes to put these panels and things in places, and it just to me this panel just looks like a vagina, and I'm just like not feeling it, and I'm not feeling this brown, it copperish tones with this. It's just I
I don't
don't
need a copper tone vagina.
right. I don't need it, don't want it, but and I don't even like what the boobs is doing. It's just making her look like she got saggy boobs, and she don't have saggy boobs. It's
No.
just I'm just yeah, I'm not feeling Jonathan's look at all. Honestly, I feel like he should have went home at this look because it's just not good.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think either of them really got it. I mean, they were going for what, Upper East Side? I
Mm-hmm.
guess.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I see Amy's actually a little bit more than I see Jonathan's. Because yeah, now that I'm looking at the copper tone vagina, I'm not living for it.
Yeah, not sold on it.
No.
But like Upper East Side, I could see somebody wearing Amy's like swing if it was a dress. If it was a dress, not those pants. Because they know rich woman's gonna come out in them short pants looking like that.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's whatever.
It didn't do it for me.
Fair. What did do it for me is Emilio and Seth Aaron.
I am gonna be honest here. I'm gonna be honest here. I like Seth Aaron's look way more than I like Emilio's look.
Fair.
Um, I mean, I like Emilio's look. I think what they did together collaboratively, this was great. This was great. I really liked the evening look from Emilio with the slit in the dress and giving us very like Renaissance back in Harlem Renaissance and old uh what do you say Billy Holiday. And I love that. I love it, and you can see it. You can see
Uh-huh.
it 100%. You see it. I'm like, I get the reference. I get it. I see it. But what Seth Aaron did with this black and then this color palette pattern underneath it was so like the jeans. Like when they said that we saw jeans in Harlem all the time, which absolutely because we go wear some jeans. And the fact that he did that with that dark denim and then had that color of just that wild pattern underneath it
Yeah.
and he didn't go too crazy with it. It's just like
Right.
you see a little bit here and a little bit at the top. And then this oversized hat. I'm living for this. And then you go give us a little pop of color with the yellow clutch. Accessories on point. The look on point. I love this collaboration together, and I think Seth Aaron knocked this out of the park. I think Emilio's was great, a little wrinkly, but I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I could have seen this as a solo win for just Seth Aaron. I gotta be honest. I'm not mad at Emilio winning this either because I think the dress is gorgeous. It's stunning. It's very well made. I think the looks complement each other very, very strongly. But Seth Aaron's, I mean, come on.
This is the same girl. This is the same girl. I
Yeah,
could see this girl wearing that during the day and busting that out at night. Like
yeah,
this is the same girl. She loves her fashion, and I love it.
yeah. I
This
agree.
is so good. This is so good.
I agree. Completely agree. And the judges certainly agreed as well. We had our top four: Emilio, Seth Aaron, and Anthony and Maya, obviously.
Obviously, obviously.
But the winners of the challenge, obviously, Emilio and Seth Aaron. I think Anthony and Maya did a very, very good job. I felt for Maya here.
Me too.
Again,
I thought this was gonna be her win. I really did because they talked about it early in the episode, and Maya was like, "I just want to get my win. I've been so close so many times." I'm like, "Oh, she's gonna get her win," and then she didn't. And I was like, "Oh, swerve."
uh, so we end up with a bottom three because Mila is called safe.
Okay,
Sure.
sure.
Our bottom three ends up being Jonathan, Jay, and Amy. It's Amy's time. Unfortunately, though, I think it should have been Jonathan.
I thought it should have been Jonathan, honestly.
I think it should have been Jonathan, but it's just me.
And me, but our opinions mean nothing now because it's been over.
This show was filmed 15 years ago, so who cares? Woo!
Woo!
So we go to episode 10. And this is the first, I believe, of several challenges like this for the future of Project Runway, which I love. It is the Create Your Own Fabric Challenge.
I love this challenge.
I love this challenge. I cannot wait. I think it's season 8, whatever season Mondo's on.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited to talk about Mondo in this challenge because he does a very fun thing with this challenge. But yes, so they are given HP touchpad, big old giant things.
Mm-hmm.
And the challenge is to create a custom textile and then a custom look based on the textile.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
It was I love this challenge. I think it shows off their creativity in making a pattern. And I'm like, I would love to do that, even though I don't really have a creative like eye for that, but I would love to try because I think it's so fun. But
Right.
it just makes everything just like it's your own thing, and I love that they have give them an opportunity to show their creative side, make their own textiles, and you see it coming down the runway. I'm just like, I love it.
And do you have any idea on what you would want to do for your custom textile, Lana?
Yeah, I would probably do something fun and whimsically, something fun and whimsy, like because like I'm not a structure person, but so something like maybe little stars or hearts or something like
Cute.
that, and just put them in different places. And make I would probably do something like what Emilio did, but clearer. Maybe with the
Please.
little
Anything clearer than what Emilio did.
yeah, maybe with the hearts, but like just one L. Like maybe not my whole like if that's my brand, if my
Yeah.
brand is something, it'll probably be an L. And
Yeah.
so I will probably do just like a cursive L in different places, or like oh L and curl it around, and at the end of it, hearts on the tips of each L. You know what I mean? And so I would splatter that in different places on the fabric to make a pattern and something like that. It will be a little, I'm not that creative when it comes to like drawing or anything like that. So it would definitely be something simple but cute. And I would have the right color palette. 'Cause what would you do?
I don't know. My mind immediately goes to some kind of like firework design, like
Mm,
just a bunch of flashes of color everywhere.
mm.
In a like would want like a purple and a light blue and like a yellow color palette is what's coming to mind immediately. And just like in like bursting designs, or like kind of like it's like popping off of the fabric, if that makes sense at all.
You know what we should do, Logan?
Huh.
Since we both have access to the Canva,
Uh,
we should do one and next week show what our textile would look like.
okay.
I
Maybe, you know
kind
what? Sure.
I
Game.
kind of like that. I kind of think, and then we can have our audience tell us which one they like.
Okay. Okay. I'm game.
I,
Let's do it.
we can put it up as a poll on the TV channel, and we'll show it in there. Yeah, I'm game. I'm game. I won't look at yours. We can do what we do when you don't want
Uh-huh.
me to see something. Put a page first, and then yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do that. I
Okay.
love it.
Work. I like that. I like that a lot. Um, but yeah, some people were struggling with this challenge.
Mhm.
Mila was like, I'm not really sure exactly what to do. She kind of goes with this like broad strokes idea, which I think definitely works, just not necessarily in the application that she used.
Right. I think it would be okay. Like I would do something like that. Like I was thinking like color blocking too, and like two
Oh, a
bam,
good geometric color block like
like
Mondrian,
your
but make it,
right.
yeah,
I was looking at the wall thing, something like that, but make it more me and custom.
yeah,
That would be so cute. But yeah, she could have did it better. She could have did it better.
yeah. We see Miss Maya is struggling a little bit as well because she doesn't do pattern.
No.
That's not really her thing.
No.
Um, God, can we just talk about how ugly Amelia's fabric is? I'm sorry. Like,
See, here's the thing. I think Emilio's fabric is. I don't think it's ugly. I just think it was jumbled, and it just for like when Tim came in and said what he said in the workroom was like, I see Seth Aaron S.A. And he was like, no, Emilio Sosa
Sosa.
E. Sosa. And he was like, it looks like EOSA. Seth Aaron is all I'm seeing. And because he had the O like a heart, I don't know. It just didn't make sense. And so it's too jumbled. But I will say, because when he first did it, and the pattern came back and we saw the printed fabric, I was like, ooh, no, no, I'm not a fan of that. I don't really care for that. But when he put it in the form and made the garment he was making, it then made sense. And I think that's something that we have to look at because it made sense. Now, I'm not saying I love it, and we'll talk about what I thought about it when we see it, but it made sense as a dress. And
Yeah.
when you put it on, just showing me that fabric, I would have been like, nah, pass. Like if that was in a fabric store and I just saw that, I would pass on that immediately because I'm like, no, thank you. But seeing it actually made and somebody doing something with it, I'm like, oh, okay, okay. I can see the vision. I saw the vision, but afterwards, I would not have seen the vision like straight away. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Who had your favorite fabric? Not necessarily look.
But
Who
textile.
had your favorite textile?
Honestly, my favorite textile was between Seth Aaron and Anthony. I'm gonna be
Oh,
honest.
okay.
I thought
Well,
Anthony's purple
purple.
and gold, the purple and gold, of course.
Of
But
course, of course.
of
Yes.
course, but I like what he did with the colors and how he made his textile. I thought that was
Yeah.
very pretty, and I was like, I could see myself wearing that pattern on an
Definitely.
outfit. And there's certain patterns you're like, oh no, I would never put that on. But I felt I liked it, and I like Seth Aaron's because of the yellow and the red and the
It
the
was
yellow,
so
the red, the white.
graphic.
It was so graphic looking. I'm like, if you do something right with this, it's gonna be good. And so I really appreciated just looking at the all the fabrics. I liked his. I liked Anthony's, and I actually really like Maya's. When Maya's came
I did too.
out,
My two favorites were Anthony and Maya.
uh,
And Seth Aaron would have been my third for sure. Like
yeah,
those were the three for me.
yeah. I was like, I really like hers, and what she did with it, I loved it. So I was here for it. My worst,
Um,
I would not have picked Emilio's or Jonathan.
I
Or
think Jonathan had even an even worse textile.
yeah, it was just so
But
it
no,
was so bland. We'll talk about it.
yeah, but I actually think Maya's was my favorite overall, I think, because I liked
Mm-hmm.
Anthony's. It was very
Mm-hmm.
Art Deco as well, which I
Yes.
respond very positively to as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I love Maya's just going, I'm gonna go black and then do these random parallel lines in this like dominantly red and some orange and yellow. Like I thought it was really, really good.
It was great. It was good. It was good. We didn't have a whole lot of workroom stuff. Again, like we said, this is not um, a workroom heavy show. These are just get in there, do your job, make a dress or make a design, and we'll see you at the runway. And that's what it was. It was like they made the whole thing was about the textiles. And once we got the textiles back, everybody just went to work. And
Yeah,
it was a lot of just work.
yeah,
And I appreciate it.
definitely. So let's talk about the looks then, shall we?
Shall we?
Hey,
Hey,
that's my fabric.
that's my fabric.
That's my fabric.
Oh.
Wait a
Wait a
minute. That's
minute.
my fabric.
My fabric.
And I mean,
Man.
I have to say right off the bat from Seth Aaron, this is my favorite thing that has been made so far this season. Like it's just so good.
He did this. Like I said, his fabric, his textile would have grabbed my attention right away. And what he did with his jacket and then this yellow tie to go in with the yellow in the fabric. And then these gray pants that just fit to perfect. It's so Seth Aaron. It's
It's so
so Seth
good.
Aaron. And if I would have saw it and did not watch or know who it was, I would be like, that's Seth Aaron. Like
Yeah.
100% that's Seth Aaron. It just gives because that was his vibe. That was
Yeah.
his he was edgy, he was rockish, he was, with a little bit of fun here and there. It was punk edge rock, and that's what he gives you. And
Yeah.
if you go get a Seth Aaron piece, that's what you're gonna get. And
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved this.
It's so smart. I think it's so well done. I'm gagged he didn't win. I'm going to say that right now. I am gagged he didn't win. I think he should have won. I think this was a landslide win for him. And the fact that he didn't is kind of criminal, in my opinion. I think these pants fit perfectly. This jacket with the print is incredible. The tie, the shirt, the styling, all of it, period. Perfect.
Great.
Absolutely perfect.
Great.
Oh.
I don't even know what the textile is. You can't even see it. It's so light. I mean, I get it and I understand what he was trying to do, but it's so light and
It just
so
doesn't translate.
no, it's so boring, and that's what Jonathan has been giving me this whole season. Is very boring and basic and light and monotone, like flat. And I'm like, why is he still here?
Literally.
Some people went home when they shouldn't have went home, and he is still here. And it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me because I don't like this look at all. This is the most basic of all basics looks I've ever seen. It's like a pencil skirt, a top, and he threw a scarf around it. So everyday.
In the most drab
Colors.
you could possibly imagine. Like, yes, let's do this design in muted taupe, off butter yellow, and ocelot print. Like, what the fuck do you mean?
What? It's so basic and like
literally.
I'm so yawn by this look, and oh no, I can't move. Oh, he's putting me to sleep. I actually hate it.
We're gonna move on.
I actually hate it.
Maya.
Let's spice it up. Let's break up the room here.
Come on, Maya.
This red and yellow with this black panel, I am not mad at this.
Good.
And the way she accessorized, and the girl with the models, this model is eating. She is eating. Baby, she looks good. The hair's good. The makeup's good. The earrings are good. This outfit is like she's the phoenix rising from the ashes, like the fire underneath her. It's so powerful, so strong. Like she looks like a Amazonian woman who's just strong about like warrior princess going to the ball. Like, but I'm still gonna be me. Like I love it. She looks great. This is a great pattern, and what she did with it is fabulous. I love the top with everything that's happening around the neck. Love it.
It's so good. And to have the fabric and the textile be on the side too, I think is such a smart choice here. She just made so many smart choices. The styling, like you said, is on point. The shoe is great. All of it.
Work. So good. Work.
It's not a bad look from Emilio.
It's not. It's not a bad look. And I think the fact that he made the jacket to cover up the top, if that jacket wasn't there and the only thing that walked the runway was the dress,
yeah,
it would be a little bit basic and a little bit too much with all that on the fabric. But I think breaking it up with this black jacket was the smartest thing he could have done, because now that looks great. And it's like, okay, because I love that jacket, to be honest. The puffy sleeves is eating.
So
and I like that he gave a little headpiece there, and that it's cute, and it broke up the monotony of all of that lettering on the jacket. And when she took it off, it was like, oh, it's a wonderful surprise. It's a cute dress, but still a lot of of that print. But that black sold it. Made it for me. I like it.
Smartly done. It's very smartly done. I understand why he won. I just disagree.
I get it too, and I disagree too. I think it should have went to Seth Aaron or Maya, to be honest. because I felt like they did a little bit more with their textiles, and because this was a textile challenge, I think their textile was better. But I also think Emilio was smart for branding himself the way he did and made sure
Yeah.
everybody knew it was an Emilio Sosa dress,
Yeah.
and they was smart about it with the jacket. And so I get why he went. It's not a bad look. Let's be honest. It's not a bad look at all. It's a really good look. It's just I wouldn't have had it win. It would have definitely been in the top three, but it definitely wouldn't have won for me.
Agreed. I agree. Mila's could have been great if she had just done something a little bit more fun with her textile.
Yeah, and where's the slit? All you needed was a slit in the dress so the girl could walk.
Right.
Why didn't you put a slit in the dress? You
I
gave
would
us
have loved a slit in the middle of where all the colors are, actually. So you've got color on both sides of the slit.
yeah. Yeah. I think she should have did more color. Like instead of just having it on that one little side, like let it be the whole bottom.
Or let it cascade from one shoulder
All
down
the way
the
down.
side. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Have it be
It,
this asymmetrical kind of draping situation. Like
yeah.
that could have been really cute.
Yeah. What she did and she has a great model. Her model is great, but
Yeah.
to make your model not be able to walk is criminal. It's criminal. And so she needed a slit. That's it. And it would have been a perfectly fine dress. I think she was trying to go for a Mila dress, a Uli dress without actually doing it. Like it should have flowed a little bit better if you wanted an Uli maxi dress, but it just didn't do it. She should have. Where's the slit?
But still not like a horrible dress from Mila, all things considered.
I wouldn't have wore it. Like I wouldn't put
I
that
wouldn't
on.
either, but
I wouldn't wear it. But sure.
oh, Anthony.
I didn't mind this dress.
He shouldn't have gone home for it, but it wasn't great.
I feel like he should have used the pattern a little bit more in that. Like,
Yeah.
and I think what did him in was what he said on the runway, and I think making excuses on the runway. He should just been like, "Yes, this is purposeful. It's a small jacket,"
Yeah.
and I would have just let it be like, "Yeah." I wouldn't have said it was a mistake, and I just had to go with it. I'm like, that was what I did. I wanted to do because I wanted to make it a very instead of a full jacket, I wanted to be cute and something different. I was trying something different, but I really do wish he would have used his that purple like more. Like I think the purple should have been the shawl thing at the at the back.
Oh, I see you with that.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean? If he would have
I
had
do.
that like a cape come off the back, that
Yeah.
should have been in that purple and not in black, or have a the like a fishtail and behind coming off the back
Yeah.
of the dress, and it's in that purple and black like flowy off the back. It would have been so cute.
I agree with that. Yeah, I think something a little bit flowier would have given something a little bit different for the judges too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the worst thing that we saw, but it definitely wasn't
No,
bad.
Jonathan's was much worse.
Much worse.
And Jay's was just fine.
Jay's was fine. I like the color. I like the pop up the green. I think it was a cute little outfit. It was safe all around, and he was where he was supposed to be. That's it.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's got a point of view and it was safe. So
Sure. Sure.
so we do end up with the right top three.
Absolutely.
Amelia, and Maya. Like we said, the winner is Emilio. Sure. I would have given it to Seth Aaron or Maya.
I would have given it to Seth or Maya. Absolutely. I think
Um,
Emilio was smart, but I don't know. I would have picked it to win.
yeah. Bottom three: Anthony, Mila, and Jonathan.
I say right three.
Right three for sure. I wouldn't have put Jay in the top or the bottom.
Nope.
Literally.
He was perfectly safe.
Yep. And they give her to Anthony. No.
That was the worst decision.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah.
This season just got boring. Just got more boring.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Anthony? No.
Yeah.
No, not. I was very unhappy with it because I forgot this is where Anthony went home. Like I said, I don't remember this season that well. So this is still like I'm watching it for the first time. And I was like, oh, devastated. Anthony went home.
Well, Anthony went home. We'll get to talk more about Anthony on 2 other seasons, so that's okay.
Work.
It's okay. But that is that for that. We made it work today, Lana.
We did.
That's where we're going to leave off on season 7 of Project Runway.
We'll be back at some point to talk about episodes.
Next week.
I mean, who knows? Sometimes we would say next week and it doesn't happen. But we will be back to talk about episodes 11 and 12.
Yes.
And then our finale.
Period. So, thank you for joining us. Subscribe, like, and share if you like this kind of content as we are working our way through the seasons of Project Runway. We are on a mission over here to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And we're trying to hit 1,000 on all 4 of our channels, one of which already has it. We're trying to hit it on the other 3. So, all of those links are down in the description below. So go subscribe to all of our channels. Even if you don't watch them, it would still be cool if you subscribe to all of them. It helps us out, and we appreciate it very much. You can also check the description to find our audio podcast links, as well as our Patreon, our social media, and where you can get your merch, including but not limited to cup mug. And with all that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. So, cheers.
Cheers.
In fashion, one day you're in, and the next day you're out. And we are out.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Make it work, designers.